Pete, in the race for Best Supporting Actor, I think we only have two locks here, Christian Bale and Geoffrey Rush. The others are...
It's up for grabs.
It's up for grabs.
Yeah, we've seen a mix in the precursor nominations and awards here, and plus the actors themselves often find somebody, one of their own, to nominate that we may not have thought of at all. SAG came up with John Hawkes from Winter's Bone,
right,
who is perfect for SAG because he's that kind of journeyman, dues-paying actor who has never gotten recognition but is in a movie they obviously liked and saw because of Jennifer Lawrence, saw him and said, wow, he's one of us. Because the people that are voting on these SAG awards, for instance, are these rank-and-file members that just get chosen anonymously to serve on the SAG nominating committee, and there's 2,000 of them, and so they are looking for actors like that, and they found one in John Hawkes, which the Academy could find too. Remember a couple of years ago when the Academy nominated Richard Jenkins for lead actor for The Visitor over some higher-profile competition, and Melissa Leo for lead actress in Frozen River. They took these two actors who just have been working and whatever that are not stars, but actors love them because they see in themselves that story. And so I think that we could find a surprise coming in supporting actor. I would think, though, that Jeremy Renner's in very good shape right now with The Town because he's gotten all of these precursor nominations, not only from the actors themselves with SAG, but from all the critics and everybody else. So it seems like everybody's on board with him. He came in big time with A Hurt Locker last year with the lead actor, so he's primed to continue and be one of those actors that turns up every now and then.
Andrew Garfield is in and out, though.
He's dicier. First of all, you have all those Social Network boys, and...
but not Justin Timberlake. He hasn't registered anywhere, not even at the Golden Globes, which I thought was interesting.
No, I think Justin Timberlake's oddly enough hurting himself by going out saying, I want to be taken seriously as an actor.
Really? Why?
Because I think they're looking at him, and that just accentuates his pop star status when you're saying, I want to be taken seriously as an actor. He's a terrific actor. Just look at the movies he's done. Alpha Dog, I thought he was hilarious and really, really good. He's really wonderful in Social Network. He doesn't need to pound it on their heads.
Oh, come on, Cher
that
does,
I
and the
am
other
a serious
pop stars
actor.
too.
It reminds me of Cher. She says, I'm wearing my serious actress dress tonight.
2 Oscar nominations and a win for Cher. But Justin's not going to be in this year. I agree with you there.
Maybe Boo Boo hurt him too. We're seeing his name all over town now as Boo Boo.
This could be his Norbit.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It could be.
But I like him, and I think he's very good in the movie. And anyway, I think that could take away a little bit from Andrew Garfield. It's just the mix of those guys. And Armie Hammer's terrific too, and they've all been going out doing the circuit together.
I know they have.
And so maybe they're canceling each other out a little bit, and that hurts Garfield.
Michael Douglas did not get into SAG, but I think he is a factor at the Oscars. I think
he's a factor, but I thought he might get into SAG. But here's the thing. Here's the dirty little secret. 20th Century Fox did not send screeners of Wall Street to SAG.
Really?
Or to any of the critics groups.
Wow.
They may have sent it to the Hollywood Foreign Press, which I think they may have done, but they've been very slow to get this out. It hasn't even gone to the Academy yet, and this movie's been out for a while.
Of course.
But I know that hurt him at SAG. He wasn't able to be in L.A. to do any of the Q&As. He did in New York, though. But they did not put it out there. So,
but he's a player. He could show up at the Oscars. I think I agree with you. John Hawkes is looking good here too. Matt Damon's not registering with True Grit.
Doesn't seem to be.
Yeah.
Now, last year he registered with a Invictus, which was not an enormously popular movie. True Grit, you would think maybe he'd get in there, but I think his victory, his award, is that he's not Glenn Campbell. And
right. Who was not nominated for the first True Grit?
Well,
either,
he was not. He would not be nominated.
For anything,
except a Razzie.
Mark Ruffalo is in and out, right?
He's in with SAG, and so I think that holds him well here. And I think the fact that they're looking at that movie and nominating Annette Bening and whatever, that Mark has a good shot of getting in.
We're all saying Christian Bale to win here. Of course, he's portraying the real life person, etc.
Christian Bale and Geoffrey Rush to win.
Yes, and Geoffrey Rush is also strong factor here. I think so is Michael Douglas to win. I think it's a three-way race. What do you think?
Well, I can't say Michael Douglas because I have to see if he gets nominated first.
Right. But if he does,
well, if he gets in there, yeah, that's possible. Or
right.
it's a nice welcome back. We love you, Michael. Pat on the back.
Right.
The nomination is everything, kind of thing. And let's wait to see your Liberace movie next year. But I think this race really, at this point, is how we started this, saying there's only 2 locks for nominations. There can really only be 2 people that really, in the end, can pull this out.
No,
I mean,
I
it
disagree.
seems...
I think Michael Douglas is in this if he wins. There's the sympathy factor
Okay.
vote, okay? But I agree. And Christian Bale seems to be out front. He's your number 1 in mine, right, to win?
Yeah, but I vacillate on that, actually. I think Geoffrey Rush has come on strong, too, and I think people, there's different factors here. So, I thought Christian Bale was going to do a little bit better as we've seen these Critics' Awards and things. I thought he was going to sweep the board, and he didn't. And so
I'm right, with the Film Critics Awards. That's true.
And so I'm now looking at, maybe... he's strong. He's really strong, but he ain't the whole show here because Geoffrey Rush is a really strong performance. And so I'm not ready to call it totally. I mean, yeah, I do want these 1, 2s, 3s, but, that's meaniesless and it changes.
Last year we got spoiled in these supporting races because Monique and Christoph Waltz did sweep the board. They won everything, so it kind of made it easier. This year there's some more suspense.
Yes,
Geoffrey Rush is doing a play, though, down in Australia. He's not as accessible in terms of campaigning.
Well, he's coming and doing the Santa Barbara Film Festival. He is getting on a plane on days off, and he is around, and he did come out for the AFI opening.
That's true.
And he is aware that he needs to be out and about. But hell, he's Geoffrey Rush. He's already got an Oscar.
I know.
He's in this movie that everybody's going to see. So it's not like he has to be out there pushing like John Hawkes if he suddenly got in. Then he'd have to be out there explaining.
Christian Bale is making
here.
himself surprisingly accessible.
Yeah, he's been around on a few panels and things and doing a couple of interviews. Yeah, yeah.
So who's going to win?
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see in the end. I mean, a lot of it depends on these film strength too. I mean, the fighter, if it comes on strong, can also help Christian Bale into that category win.
That's true.
And of course, the King's Speech should be strong anyway, and probably lead, I would think, in terms of number of nominations.
Yes, absolutely. With all those crafts categories.
With all those crafts categories mixed in with the acting nominations.
Absolutely.
That could put it past an Inception, for instance, or something, which will certainly get all the tech stuff as well. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a really, really interesting, tight race. No definite winner here.